I've been to South Africa before, but I'd never seen it the way I saw it with these Rastas. That day changed me.
I just want to get some water out of the hole here.
Pass me the bucket, I can help. Pass me the bucket.
Abalone is part of their culture. How can they not be allowed to fish that?
If there's no alternative measures for us, then poaching won't never stop.
Drug selling not an option, right?
No, no, drugs is not an option. They must eat, the kids must survive. Fishing is my only option. Illegal or legal.
It's a well thought out, well organized operation. I mean, well organized operation, man.
You want in the water again?
But these men are just a small part of a smuggling network that stretches halfway around the world. Our goal is just to simply show the world a window as to why people do the things they do, and where that desperation comes from. It's like they say, when the system fails you, you create your own system. Cape Town, South Africa. Hout Bay. On my way to meet Angelo, one of the neighborhood residents who poaches for a living.
Rasta,
man. What's up, man? Love. Respect, brother. Love, respect, man. Love. That's all I can say, man. It's beautiful. I've never seen such beauty, man.
I thought you were much younger, eh?
Much younger?
Yeah, because I check now.
Actually, this is makeup. We're in Cape Town, I know that. So this area is called Hout Bay, right?
Hout Bay, yes.
Yeah. And you guys born and raised here?
Yes.
This is a fishing community, am I correct? Yes. And there was a time where you weren't allowed to go in your backyard, on your beach.
Yes, it was.
What was that like?
Yo, it was totally fucked up.
We used to have our own beach as the black colored people of this community. And the white beach belonged to the white people. We couldn't go there. And then they decided in early 80s to close our beach. We had no access to nothing.
What happened to your livelihood when they closed the beach and you were not allowed to go to the water to fish?
Then we had to make alternative ways to support ourselves.
If Malibu and the Hamptons had a baby, it would be Hout Bay. On one side of the mountains is you see the mansions, and on the other side is the shanty town where most of this community are colors. Now, is the community poor? Yeah. Their life and their culture is to fish. From 6, 7 years old, 10 years old, you know how to jump in that water and catch fish with your bare hands if need be. You see, but the problem is that environmental regulations that are supposed to protect the sea life have made it almost impossible to make a living legally.
Let me tell you, we all started, say, early 90s. Some white guys turned up our shores, right? We were busy fishing our crayfish, and these guys, they just go in and they dive. Give us 3 bags of crayfish, and they go out with 1 bag. And we even carry that bag for them. Until this one day, we decided, hey, what the f***? I mean, why would you give us 3 bags of crayfish and take this 1 bag? So we watched in the bag and we saw, hey, this is abalone, man. So we started doing the abalone Heliotheus media, that is the scientific name.
Why is it illegal for you guys to make a living in fishing?
It is the species getting depleted. The species, because of the poaching.
So the government, when we approach the government and then they tell us there is not enough permits to give to everybody. But how can you give people permits who are not even staying close to the coastline? People get permits, they are magistrates, they are lawyers, they are school teachers, but they get allocated permits.
You know why? Because they know how to read, and most of the fishing communities, they don't know the rights and all that.
So first of all, some of the fishermen, because of illiteracy, don't even understand the process, and then even if they did, most likely they wouldn't even have the money to pay for the process.
Pay for the process.
What they're telling me is that the fact that they're being denied permits to fish legally is part of the plan to drive them out so they can gentrify the area.
Construction started when police moved in to remove 17 illegal structures.
Angelo said that the police came in and accused the community of being squatters. Like these roadblocks you see right here are right in front of Angelo's block.
Protesters responded by throwing rocks at police.
We fought the cops for 2 days. All we had was stones.
Officers had been firing rubber bullets.
You've been shot 7 times.
Yeah, with those rubber bullets. All these years they've been after our birthplace, especially the people living around the coast. They try to forcefully remove our people, our black brothers and our black sisters. We used to fight against a racist regime. We set Mandela free. Mandela came out of prison. Mandela said it's gonna be a better life for all. But we are still waiting for our better life.
Every day for them to go to work, they are literally breaking the law. They risk drowning, getting caught by the police, eaten by sharks. You know, they're diving 40 feet with minimal gear.
This is my brother, was on my boat, never returned home, with my nephew. This is a friend. This is the youngest guy.
He's deceased.
13
They're all
years
deceased,
old.
yeah. They're all drowned in the seawater in the back.
I mean, I can
All
show you
drowned.
more.
All drowned.
Every one of them.
Just trying to fish.
And put food on the table.
About to dive right now?
Yes, we can dive right now. It's cool to dive right now. The water is nice and clean.
But there's still a chance that the police can still roll up on us though, right?
Don't worry about the police.
Right now my brothers are swimming out to go meet the boat. If 15 black men in scuba gear got on a boat out here, that would be suspicious, and they would probably be arrested. So they have to go stealth mode, swim out about 20, 50 yards, and meet the boat out there. So right now we're about to go around the other side and get on the boat that's waiting for them, and we're gonna go fishing. As a result of more fishermen turning to poaching, the police launched a campaign to crack down on them.
I've been working in fisheries law enforcement for a number of years.
You're not allowed to harvest any marine species from this area. This is a patrol vessel from the Department of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries, and they're doing a visible patrol. So with such a big vessel and it's highly visible, the guys know when the patrols are coming. It's like the Wild West, you know, you've got 10 boats, you've got 2 or 3 police boats moving around, the guys are shooting at the engines, and it gets pretty rough. There's no one in the community that will say that a marine protected area is not important for conservation. The problem is very little discussion with the local communities was done. That has spurred on community to be involved in poaching.
The penalty for poaching can range from fines to confiscating their boats, even jail time. These fishermen, they feel like they don't have another way.
I've been skipping now for past 20 years.
Has it always been to fish or for other purposes?
Only for fish.
Only
poaching,
for fish?
Poaching.
Boating, yes.
I'm a fisherman without a permit because I've been before, we were dealing in drugs, but with the sea, there's not alternative for us. How can I raise my kids with drugs, man? They also want to be merchants.
Abalone is like giant sea snail. The kind that's found off the coast of South Africa in Hout Bay is considered to be some of the largest in the world. You go down there with like a crowbar, you have to break the abalone off of a rock. You're straight up thugging. Fortunately, poaching is not the only way to get abalone. With the demand so high and money to be made, companies started farming on their own. To me, farming is the best way for the community to legally fish, but it takes deep pockets.
The process of farming is pretty simple, and it's very much the same on all of the farms. We have water that's pumped to shore, fed to all of the tanks. Once there, it's a very simple process of feeding, cleaning.
Abigail runs the largest abalone farm in South Africa. 350 employees work here. Average salary is about $300 a month.
We do have a big problem with employment in South Africa. There's no way to really stop our poverty that we have here. The biggest problem is that they're going to be making more money poaching abalone than going and working hard on a farm every day.
Poachers could basically make more money in a day poaching than working in a farm in a month. The sad part about it is, poaching is destroying the seabed. Every time they dive, they're literally driving the species into extinction. Today, the South African abalone population is estimated to be less than 5% of its original levels. You can see the circle spots on the rocks. That's where the abalone used to be, and it's just like, they're all over the place. Serge Ramekers is an environmental scientist. He studies abalone poaching.
There's a lot of abalone here. There's a lot of money lying here. Relatively good estimates of the illegal fish were about 2,000 to 3,000, maybe even 4,000 tons of abalone being exported out of the country. This is the biggest wildlife trade in Africa. The fishermen who really started getting some money out of this, they're not going to stop. We're heading towards a social disaster. The signs are there already, and it's only getting worse.
Right now, we're in about 40 to 50 feet deep water. And my brothers are in the water right now, diving for abalone. And we're watching them fish. We're watching them go to work, basically. Unfortunately, we're also watching them break the law. So my brother, when Angelo was telling me about the brothers that died in this water, drowned, was it out right around these areas?
On the other side, that side where we load all the stuff.
Yeah, I want to see that, man. Yeah. Okay. Say a little prayer for them brothers, man.
There's no money for like life jackets and stuff like that. And so you just have to go to sea sometimes without life jackets. And if you don't have a life jacket and the boat capsizes, you can swim, the water is rough, you get tired, the water is cold.
Yeah.
You start to cramp up, and you see what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what happens.
We had to cut the trip short because a lookout gave the skipper a call and alerted us that we could be seen by the police. So we had to get out of Dodge. I think the boys is out here, bro. And we got a boat full of illegal fish. You then have to go and dump all the abalone off into another boat. We're dirty now, they say in the street. These young brothers are shucking them, placing them in another bag to give to another brother who then sells it to the highest bidder. I think we should name him Louis.
Louis is gonna get eaten there.
Yeah. Is he still alive?
He's still alive and kicking, yes.
Can I throw him back in the water? No, right? No?
I will have you guys know this is my very first hike.
The weather is right.
Yes, sir.
And we can come work. That is our everyday thing we do. But you never get used to it.
Does it at least get easier?
Doesn't get any easier. They used to grow dreads, most of them. Most of these guys used to practice Rastafarianism. But maybe due to circumstances or whatever, they decided, no, we're gonna cut our hair. And in the Rastafarian community, how you don't get work, you are alienated because of your dreadlocks. But still, the inspiration of Rastafarianism is still widely spread every day amongst ourselves, to the godliness.
The hike over the mountain, that was nothing short of spiritual for me. The sea, the sun, the mountains, the camaraderie. When we got down and started to walk through the community, everybody was like just cheering us on. It didn't hit me till halfway that the reason why people were cheering us on was because it was confirmation that we weren't sharp food and we didn't get arrested.
Cheers, my friends. Cheers.
What is that in pounds? Angelo, so what's up? What are y'all doing right now?
Just sorting it for size. So the small ones, you get a different price. The medium and large, same price.
Bring the shucked abalone back to the house and weigh it out. The middleman comes and does the weighing there. The total catch is worth about $1,600.
Now, and then, okay, now how does that money get split up? Who gets the cut, and how much does each person get?
Okay, I'll work it out for you.
Yes, sir. You want a calculator? Here.
30 times 27. That's for the skipper.
Angelo will split that cash based on how much each got caught.
That's what the diver goes home with.
Yes.
The best diver gets $300, the worst about $60. Abalone farm workers make about $75 a week.
Where does this go next?
That is the buyer's
business. Yeah.
Angelo's crew, they are just a small part of a smuggling network that stretches halfway around the world. These rootsmen, these fishermen, I believe they were all just pawns for a bigger chess game. In talking with Angelo, I found out that the abalone that they poach is an expensive delicacy, thousands of miles away. So I wanted to find out where was it going and how did it get there. So I met it with this former poacher.
What happens to the fish? I saw the process of getting it out of the water, taking it back to the community, you weigh it, and then you give it to a broker or an agent, if you will.
More of a middleman.
Middleman.
He's another pawn in the
Yeah, that's what it perceives.
in the game.
A pawn, exactly.
Yes,
so what is the main route that is taken to get the fish out of the country?
Inevitably, it'll land up at a dry house, and it becomes a third smaller and a lot lighter. If it's dry, the options are endless.
Yes.
It's like moving weed cross-border. You can get carriers to carry it by plane, by ship.
There is a direct parallel to the States, except instead of fish, it's drugs.
It's a cat and mouse game.
And the #1 destination for that poached wild abalone is Hong Kong. It's imported illegally by Chinese gangsters. Abalone has been a delicacy here for centuries. It's a sign of wealth and power. In restaurants, it goes for up to $500 just for one piece. That's 20 to 50 times what the poachers back in Hout Bay sell it for.
When you eat this, you got to have your girl next to you, because you're gonna get a hard on, definitely. They say this is better than Viagra.
Angela, man, I just want to say thank you, man, you know, for letting me experience a day in your life. You know, I mean, this is, I don't know about y'all, but I don't take this for granted. I'm a first-generation island boy. My mom from the Bahamas, and, you know, it's all about culture. It's all about family. It's all about breaking bread. It's all about the sea, you know, and I just want to say thank you, bro. Real talk. Bless up, you know what I mean?
It's my pleasure, man, bro.
Yes.
Just to let other people also see the views of how we see life and how we operate.
10 years' time, when we go poaching again, there won't be much fish left to poach. Then what are we going to do? How are we going to survive?
Angelo is planning on starting a community fish farm.
So I've been working on this for almost 3 years now, trying to get licensed to do aquaculture. Because of the species that get depleted, aquaculture hasn't become an option. It has become a necessity.
Angelo said he would need somewhere to the tune of $150,000 to $200,000. That's a lot of money if you live in South Africa. It's a poor man's community, and I think there are some people that may have bigger visions for this area. I said, so, there's Angelo. I says, it looks like, you know, they're coming for this area. Let's face it, gentrification is upon you, you know. I says, and when they come for something, they usually get it. What are you gonna do when they come for you? Like, where are you going? And he looked at me and he says, Mike, we born here, we die here.